Welcome
Hey
to be
everyone.
back in the house. Hey, Ella. How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you. You're looking good, Lavalais.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen you. It's nice to be back here and back in the Lavalais and Ella live show. For anybody who's not out, anybody out there who doesn't know who we are, then this is the Lavalais and Ella live show coming to you on Friday. All right.
Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. We were just talking earlier. We have not done a show
All
since
right.
April.
Do we?
And
Are you there with me? See?
um,
Okay.
okay,
All right. Okay. Am I losing her?
we are a little out of sync here. We apologize. We will get this back
You're
in
gonna
sync.
settle in
Back in.
for a minute.
Mhm.
Okay. What's going on now? Let's settle in here.
We can see
Uh,
where we can see where
can we
we
get
haven't
straight?
been here in a while. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Lavalais and Ella live show. It's good to be here. We haven't been here in a while. We have been off traveling, doing shows. We've missed you. We sure have. I know Lavalais and I separately have had fun being out there, seeing all our customers out in the world. Got to give a shout out to people who are checking in. Hello, William. It's nice to see you. Hello, Fran from California, Torrance, California, and everybody else that's in the house watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lavalais will be back in a minute. He's having a little bit of technical problems, but we will get him back on the show any second. He's in the background working on his internet, so we'll wait on him for a minute. In the meantime, any birthdays, people? Any birthdays? We are in Cancer season, so I know a couple of Cancers myself, so I'll give a shout out to those people. One of them would be my sister, so happy birthday to you. And please let me know, anybody in the month of June, I would love to give a shout out to you. Say happy birthday. Okay. I see more and more people checking in. If you'd like to say hi in the comments, if you'd like to share as well, if you're watching the show and you know that we provide good content and you haven't seen us in a while, please share our page as you're watching the show and also afterwards. If you miss anything, remember you can always go back and review any items that we show today. And we are showing some work. Oh, an earring fell off. We are showing some work. So if also on YouTube, you can go back on YouTube and rewind in real time if you miss anything. So there's all that information at the bottom. We're also on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. And also check out our website, blackartistmarketplace.com. Oh, thank you, William. William is commenting that we have been missed. We appreciate that. I'm going to speak for Lavalais as well. We are waiting on him to come back in the room. He's just working on his internet at the moment, so he should be back. We've got more people checking in. Hello, Ether. Thank you. Nice to know that we have been missed, definitely. And I have to say, in all the travels that I have done, I've been to Detroit and Columbus, Ohio. Lavalais has been in New York and Maryland. We're getting so much love from everybody out there who's watching the show. So it's definitely imparts to us that we definitely need to continue and reach out to all those people who really have given us a lot of love. makes us feel good, and we know that we're doing a good job. Who else is checking in? Hey, Joanne. Joanne is in Delaware, I think. Please correct me, Joanne, if I'm wrong with that. I know you're close to Philadelphia. I know you're close. Who else do we have? Beverly. Hey, Beverly. Thanks for checking in, and a good evening to you too. We're just waiting on Lavalais to check in. He was here a minute ago. We lost him, and hopefully he will be back in a second. Okay, Joanne, I see that I got your state right, Delaware. Any new people who are behind the scenes watching, who are from a different state that we've not seen yet? I'd love to see where you're from. Check in, let me know that you're watching, and a different state would be Iowa or Alabama, Minnesota. I haven't seen any of those in the 2+ years that we've been doing this show. Okay, Ruby has just checked in from California. Hey, Ruby, thank you. It is good to be back. We are waiting on Lavalais to check back in. I know he's excited to be back on the show. We have not been on since April, jointly, separately here and there, but we haven't been on since April. We've been out doing shows. I've been in Detroit, guys. I went and did a wonderful show in Detroit. Any Detroiters in the house, please check in. I was at Palmer Art Fair, and always got a lot. It's my second time doing it. A lot of love in Detroit. It's a nice show to be at, nice and relaxed. I will definitely come back next year. Okay, Rena. Rena's in Detroit. Okay, Rena, did you come to the show, the Palmer Art Fair? Please let me know. And if I didn't recognize you when you came, my apologies. But yeah, did you come to Palmer Art Fair? Because that's where I was. Lavalais was at BAM, and from what I have heard, BAM was a fabulous show in New York. I personally have never done the event. Okay, I have personally never done the event, but I need to come up there one day and check it out. For all those that went, all the artists that went, I have heard wonderful news that everybody had a really, really good time. People were very successful with their sales, and good vibes all the way around. Okay, Rena is commenting on Palmer Park that she were you not there, but your daughter came. Please let me know if I'm correct with that. Okay. Another show that I went to was Columbus, Ohio. I was there a week ago. Completely different show. All juried art festival. Nice setup, beautiful surroundings. Columbus again gave me so much love and warmth. I will be back, definitely. Columbus, Ohio. It's nice to spread out from the East Coast and check out all these other places. And in my mind, definitely, I will be venturing out west to places like Colorado and Kansas and Texas, and checking out some other states that really have not seen what I've done, or some of my artist friends, what we've done, and I think it would be wonderful for all of us to go out there. Okay, Rena, okay. Rena says she wasn't able to make it to Palmer Park, but her daughter came. All right, wonderful. Maybe I'll see you next year. All right. So again, any birthdays, everybody, any birthdays. I hope people are looking forward to this long weekend that we have, Juneteenth. For those that are working corporate jobs, 9 to 5s, I wish you a very happy holiday on Monday, but also to remember everything that Juneteenth means historically. So happy Juneteenth for Monday that is coming up. And also on Wednesday, we have the summer solstice. So it will be officially summer. So bring on the hot weather consistently. Here in Philadelphia, it's a little chilly today, so I'm looking forward to that warm weather. All right, as we wait for Lavalais to come in, and we'll talk a little bit more later, I am going to show some work. I'm going to show some hats. I hope Zeke is ready for me. I'm giving him a thumbs up. Let's show some work, please, Zeke. First slide. Of course, I'm going to show the fold-away. The fold-away is just an exceptional hat in that it's packable, stylish, comfortable, lightweight, and it fits most sizes. I'm not going to say all sizes, but most sizes. I'm showing a lot of neutrals today because I feel like I do a lot of color. Let's just do some neutrals and show you that neutral can be just as stylish and beautiful in itself. Let the style speak. Let the style just show off just in neutral color. So the fold-away, it comes in a variety of different colors, but I'm just showing neutrals today. Black, tan, and white. That's ivory on the screen there. It does come in ivory, but I've got it white here today. So the fold-away, as you can see in the pictures, you can wear it so many different ways. It's a great packable hat, and you just, as I've been showing people out on the road, just play with that brim. Just pop it up or down. Have fun with it. Here are the other colors. Tan and white. White has been kind of popular. I'm trying to pull it out of the light so it's not so bright, but see how it packs flat. See how the black, natural, and white, great colors to have. Make it part of your wardrobe. Essential packable hats. You could also pack them this way, but I like to pack them this way. You know, put them in a bag. All right, the fold-away. An essential part of your collection, it should be, and these are priced at $69. Okay, the fold-away. Essential neutrals, black, tan, and white. I'll put the white on for you. I don't always show white because it can look so bright in the lights, but I think it's looking kind of good. Okay, white, and it's a paper white. Just so you know, there's so many different variations of white. This is a paper white. Great for those black and white outfits. Again, you could even just tuck it all the way in and really rock it. Okay, so that is the fold-away. Black, white, and tan I'm showing today, priced at $69. The sister to the fold-away, slide number 2 please, is the lace fold-away, and I have a brand new color. The rust on the left, the tan on the right. There's so many earthy colors in the store, chocolates and rusts and lovely colors, and so I wanted to include this color in the collection for the summer season.
I don't know.
Here we go with the rust. Okay.
Can
Rust,
you take me off?
lace, fold-away. Also the tan on the right. Great packable hat. Again, it's breathable. If you could just show me on the bigger screen, please, so people can see the hat. There we go. The lace fold-away rust is the new color for this particular season. Again, it packs flat. And here is the tan. Okay, rust and tan, and these are priced at $69. Slightly different weave to the original fold-away. Very breathable, and I quite like this myself. All right, lace fold-away priced at $69. Next slide, please, is the smash. Now, this hat has been so popular. I introduced it earlier this season. It looks good on everybody. male and female. The Smash is priced at $77. And as you can see, it's just a funky fedora that's just kind of broken down already for you. A little bit of an upturned brim to it. There we go, the Smash. You could pop that brim down if you wanted to. But I've seen quite a few people rocking this hat this season already. Perfect for the summer, lightweight. I don't do it in other colors at the moment, but just sticking with black. All right, Smash, priced at $77. And the size on this is about a 24-inch and a little bit bigger. It does lean on the larger size, not on the smaller size. Because of the particular block that I have and the nature of the straw, it's really hard to draw it down to a small size. So unfortunately, bigger and bigger for this hat. All right, it's priced at $77 and it's called Smash. Next slide, please. Number 4 is the Deets. Now this one, is medium to small. It's a nice packable, it's a vegetable fiber braid as opposed to a straw. A little snug on me, but again, a nice neutral. It's packable, fun piece, and again, it's unisex, great for the men and the women. There we go. Little asymmetry there, which I like. You could pop that brim down. You could pop it all the way down. I've seen some people do it like that as well because they want a little bit more sun protection. This hat will do it for you. All right, and just play with it. Great for the men and the women. This is the Deets. It's a 23.5-inch and it has a drawstring inside, so it will go down to a smaller, maybe a 22-inch. Okay, and it's priced at $72. This is the Deets Black and Tan. It also comes in different colorways, ivory and yellow, black and solid black with a tan stripe, and an ivory with a yellow. So a couple of other colors for this hat, but I'm just showing neutrals today, black and tan. All right, slide number 5, please. Okay, you know what? I just said I was showing neutrals, and here I am showing a little bit of color. This is the tie-dyes. These are one-of-a-kind pieces. This is just like playful fun hats that you can just put on. They are small sizes only, one-of-a-kinds. T0082 to 0081 on the right, and they're priced at $85. They're too small for me to try on, medium to small, so if you're a 23 to a 22-inch, this hat is for you. I did have it in a few other colors. We are sold out until I make some more. So great neutrals on the left, little bit of strong orange dye on the right. This is T0082 and 81, truly one of a kind, just playful organic shape that I did there. And of course the tie-dye is a one of a kind, also just playful, playing in the dye. All right, slide number 6, please. Okay, so just going to include a few wide brims. These are the smooth OAK. OAK stands for one of a kind. So we have the solid black, the black and white stripe. Great again for summer. Perfect packable hat, wide brim. It packs not totally flat, but it does pack all the way down. The brim is not too wide. It has a tie on the hat to pull it tighter if you have smaller head sizes. It's priced at $145. This is smooth OAK 45. And when I say it packs somewhat flat. Not all the way down, but it will pack a little bit, okay? Brim is about 3 inches, and this just pops up to your head size. All right, this is OAK 45. And I think the next slide is OAK 42. Okay. OAK. Okay. I made a mistake with the numbers. So the one on the left is OAK 42 and the one on the right is 20. You can take a look. They are right on the home page of my website. If you see something that you like, feel free to hop on over there and purchase. This one has a little bit of a wider brim. It's a 4-inch brim as opposed to this one. Again, they both pack flat and they have wire in the brim, so they hold up really well. Okay, that's the inside of the hat. Priced at $145, and they do come in other colors. As you can see, there is the black and tan on the right there, and this is the black and the white. Perfect for those black and white outfits, and also if you just need a little bit more shade in this hot weather that we're about to have. I really do believe in climate change, and people need to wear hats more often. We are definitely experiencing hot weather and changes in weather. All right, there's my website at the bottom, lipshats.com. Go check it out. All the hats, all the neutrals are on the homepage. All right, next slide, please. If I didn't tell you, this is priced at $145. $145. I think I have a couple more hats to show. Next slide, please. Slide number 8 is the Summer Dream. Summer Dream is priced at $125. If you like those colors and you like your open style hats, then this is the perfect hat for you. Pictured in the white with the black and white and the tan. The tan with the black and tan is the most popular seller. It's priced at $125. Again, it has that tie. This is a great hat. You could also play with this if you wanted to raise it up on one side, down on the other. Okay, it's priced at $125. This is the Summer Dream, black and tan. It's on the home page. This is a very popular design and color for the summer. See how I popped it up on one side, or you can have it flat. Originally designed many years ago, I designed this for friends that had locks and they could work their hair up inside of this hat. Great for larger head sizes as well. All right, Summer Dream is priced at $125. The brim is about 3 inches. And I think I have one last hat to show you. This is a brand new straw. It's a plaid straw, fold away in plaid. I'm very excited about getting some new straws in this summer. Fun, playful. It's straw. It is great for dyeing. I dye all the colors. It's a great weave, and I decided to do it in the fold away. So this is the last hat of the night. All right, again, men and women, play with this. It's priced at $70. Show you all the way around. See how I popped the brim up on one side and down on the other, or you could have it all the way down. And this is the black and tan, okay? Packable, great for those travels. All right, this is the last hat. The fold away in plaid, and it's priced at $70. All right, last hat. I hope that Lavalais is back with us. Is he here? We shall see.
I hope so.
All right.
There I be.
Yay. Okay.
With my smash hat on, you can see.
You have the smash hat on, yes. Lavalais been rocking the smash since Jazz Fest, so yeah.
Yeah, I also got a chance to style it at BAM for one of it, and also at the same time that I had mine on. up comes Zanetta, and Zanetta had hers on. So we
Okay.
both had our smash hats on in that band. So you
So
were
then
real well represented at BAM.
that just goes to prove that it works for men and women. Like I said, introduced it brand new this year, and it's a very popular design. So I'm just playing with this hat as I talk to you. But yeah, good to have you. Good to have you. Please tell us about BAM and tell us about Capital Jazz. I know you went to those two shows this season.
Yeah, yeah. First, I want to say hello to Fern. I never did get a chance to say you're my favorite person here, and William. Nice to have him back on the show. Haven't seen him in a long time. And some of the other people like Beverly. Nice to see you back on. Um, I'm missing a couple of people though. I'm missing my Texas people. And there's Ether. Ether's back up in Connecticut. I saw her at BAM. Well, I saw Ether 3 times this year already. I did a small gumbo arts festival. It's pre-jazz festival, and I saw her. She was in New Orleans, and then she was at Jazz Fest, and then I saw her at BAM. So I've seen her like 3 different times this year, and it's really nice to see her all those occasions. And she said next year, Ella, she's going to plan on us hanging out um, one day at Jazz Fest. I think she does a little thing
All
on.
right.
I think it's the end of Jazz Fest on the night that Jazz Fest ends. So I think we're going to hang out with Ether next year. Okay.
Okay. And I see you want the plaid in black and white. I'm so excited about this straw. So you got it, Ether. I will send you an invoice. Thank you.
All right. Like I said, it was really nice to see her. And I see Mel was coming in the house. I saw Mel at BAM. It was nice to see her at BAM, although she had to suffer the wind again. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't as bad this year, but I think on Monday morning, I think the wind played havoc with all the people that were on a certain corner. Because even Robbie was there this year, and I think the wind blew him away. So
Okay. So you did have a few problems with the weather then.
no, no, not whatsoever. Actually, BAM was my best show ever at BAM this year. I've never had a show that was as good as this particular show
Okay.
um, was for me. So I really enjoyed BAM, and I look forward to going back to BAM again next year. But I also, before BAM, there was Jazz Fest, and we did that one together. And there was rain, so that kind of like was, a lost day. The rain day was really such a lost day. I did stay around and watch her though, and I really enjoyed the performance. I mean, the girl played guitar, she played the drums, she sang. So she was like very entertaining. So I enjoyed that. I never ever get to just watch somebody perform. So that was really nice.
A nice treat.
So and I, as usual, you enjoyed Jazz Fest. It was a little different this year, being cashless, but it all worked out pretty good. And for you?
Yeah, I enjoyed Jazz Fest definitely. It didn't feel any different to me. The fact that it was cashless just felt like a usual show. Uh, what else did I do? Detroit and Columbus, Ohio. We were rained out on the last day. We had heavy storms. And, I do think as we're out there in the upcoming years that we definitely need to watch for that weather. It is definitely changing on us. We've got tornadoes and hurricanes and storms. So as a potential vendor out there in the elements, I definitely will be watching for and not playing with the weather at all.
Yeah, I hope that we're gonna work on building our show so that we don't have to go out so much because there is that thing. Every time that you do go out, you have to deal with whatever the weather is, and you have no control over that. So, but I managed to do Bam. Bam was pretty good. Like I said, it was really good for me. And then I went on to Capital Jazz for the weekend for that particular show. And I can't even tell you who was on the bill. I never got to hear anybody. And I was very busy also at BAM. That's why I didn't get off very many pictures because, like I said, it was one of my best shows ever. So I was really, really busy along with two other people that were working for me or with me. And so all three of us were very busy. And so I didn't get a chance to show very much. But Capital Jazz, as usual, they have the usual problems. They don't know where they're going to put you or how you're going to load in or how you're going to load out. They always seem to have the same problems. And but at least this year they had two stages. They brought back the R&B stage, which I thought was really nice because that brings the people um, down below. They come off into the woods, what they call symphony woods.
Mhm.
So it was fantastic for you too, Mel. So that I think for everybody. I mean, I heard that from some other people too, but it was my best ever for me, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, it was.
So you'll be there next year.
Yeah. Oh man, there's no doubt about it for me. There is, I mean, there's problems. I mean, you gotta set up and break down every day and set up and break down. But I think you just have to plan for that. I think that that's something that you need to just make sure that you're able to do or figure it out how to have someone help you do it. This year, I brought a young man with me who was able to, do all the lifting and carrying and all that kind of stuff for me. So I had it, and it was a little different for me. I changed cars this year. I didn't want to go to New York City in my Jeep. I I felt I can't carry my trailer into New York City. It's always a problem. So, and if I load up my Jeep, I don't have any space for anything other than me in my Jeep. So I decided I'd change my car, and I've had it for like 8 years anyway. So I decided to change it out, and I have a bigger, more one of those kind of like relaxed luxury Yukon GMC things with, the cool steering wheel, the cool seats, and they relax back and all that kind of stuff, and TV screens and the thing, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm like in a different class now when I do travel.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can put everything in it. It's big enough to put everything in, and then still have room to stretch out in. So
Got you.
that was
One,
that's
one
pretty enjoyable.
one thing I do hear about BAM, in that pretty much you pay for your space, and then everything is on you to find parking and to break down and set up every day. I have to say, one thing that I'm enjoying about some of the shows that are outside of the major cities is they provide designated parking for the artists. They provide volunteers that are going to come and sit in your booth. They have coffee and bagels in the morning, and they bring you snacks and water. I like that. I feel appreciated as an artist. So I understand the hustle of being at BAM and that it's a great show, but that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, physically, mentally. I don't think I want to do that anymore. I have
Yeah,
to.
it's a little tough, but like I say, you have to figure everything out. From for me, uh, I don't know about for Mel, but I'm on a corner. Basically, I mean, like one or two booths from a corner, and I'm able to park my car right around the corner.
Okay.
So I don't really have to worry too much about parking, getting out. I'm right there. I can do that. And I think for some of the other people, I think they just decide, well, okay, there's also an Apple store and a Whole Foods market right there. So I think they just park in Whole Food Market for a fee. Unless you're just gonna, and then there is parking on the street because it's a holiday weekend. So you can find spaces if you need to park somewhere on the street. Now Dewani, the girl that's been doing the show forever, I've been doing it since 1996, and she's been doing the show ever since then that I know of. And she's never provided anything except for the fact that you get to go to the performance. If you're there on Thursday night, you can go and see the Dance Africa rehearsal, which is really nice from what I hear. I just never get to town in order to be able to go see it. So I would really like to be able to go see the performance. That's one of the things that really stands out, is being able to see the performance. The performance is something good, but it's like what the people that come to it tell me. They say they come to the show, they go in, they watch Dance Africa, and then when they come back out, it's like they see the most magnificent thing that they've ever seen in their life. They see a whole sea of Black people doing things and enjoying themselves, and it's like a great experience to have, to feel that feeling. So
it reminds me of, in response to Ether, who asked about Essence, it reminds me of Essence in the mid-90s when we would be in the convention center and the speakers would be sort of just not too far away from us, and people would listen to Susan Taylor or Naeem Akbar or someone else. They would be so empowered by what they heard, and then they would come out and see the beautiful array of artists in the marketplace, and they would shop because first of all they were told to go and support the artists as well, and it was just a beautiful event. So in regards to Essence now, neither of us will be doing Essence, unfortunately. It is and I have to say it's way too expensive.
Yeah, even though I'm local, I consider myself local. Even though I live in Alexandria, I'm still a Louisiana native and get treated with some respect to shows that are usually put on in Louisiana. But first of all, Essence sent me a letter after I put in my application and said that they were going to decide as to whether or not they were going to let me in the show. So that threw me off balance right there. It was like, what do you mean you're going to wait a minute? I've been in the show for over 25 years now, and now you're going to have to make a decision about whether or not I'm in the show or not. I thought it was you apply and pay your money, and if they had the space, you were in. That's the way it's been working forever. Especially since it got away from all the art. Used to be that we were all fine artists or craftsmen, and now you got T-shirts and you got everything at Essence, or anybody that has any kind of product that they kind of want to put out there. So, I was kind of like shocked about that. And then to see the price tag, which was $2,600, and that's really kind of steep, because if you think about it, when you pay out, $2,600 and you got travel expenses and you got somebody to help you, you got that expense, then you got eating and living in an environment for a couple of days, I mean, it becomes awfully expensive, and you have to make that up. And I, I'm curious about vendors and how much can they earn in a 6 hour period or whatever. I mean, what's your exhaust rate? Do are you able to really, I mean, if you're just got regular products, and can you make $10,000 in a day? I don't think so.
Yeah, $2,600 is a very expensive show just for your space. And like Lavalais said, he's somewhat local, but coming in from out of town, you've got your transportation, you've got your hotel bill, which is usually sky high. You could be in the hole $3, $4, $5,000 just before you even start day one. That's without even some food. So it's a very, very expensive show, and I have not done it for years. I started in the very beginning. I did it for 15 years straight, and I stopped I think in 2007, 2006, 2007, because I felt it was changing. It was changing. The demographic that was coming through wasn't the clientele that would shop with me, and the prices were going up and up. And then the marketplace itself was being surrounded by corporate booths. You have the Army, you've got Walmart, all surrounded, giving away a lot of free stuff. And so I haven't done it in a long time. It's not for me. No.
Yeah, and it really is a show all about essence. It's really not about the vendors or the artists, whatever you want to call them. I know so many people that aren't going back this year. I mean, why have a corner booth when you have what's the sense of having a wall up when you're on a corner? Wouldn't you, don't you want people to see? But in essence, they have walls up on the corners with their logos and their pictures and their stuff on it. So you're stuck in a booth like if you're at
like an expo.
Yeah, like if you're at an expo or a trade, I mean, not even a good trade show, because they at least allow you to have some expression.
Yeah. You're saying all the end caps, all the ends have walls with all the Essence logo, and so even if you were on a corner, you don't have that visibility at all.
No, you're in a booth. Every booth is in a booth, and at every end of the booth there's a wall. And that's an aisle, and an aisle, and it's all with Essence logos and stuff on that. And last year they really had a problem because, people weren't used to that. So people with clothing would hang their clothing on the wall, or, I mean, they would do all kinds of things. So, of course, it seemed like the management changed, and so they even shouted out my name over the loudspeaker because I had people in my booth after 5 o'clock. So it just was a bad taste in my mouth to go back there this year. And now they also fired the person who was there the longest running the show for them. I mean, she was local, so I don't know who they're gonna have ushering the show or being the vendor coordinator, because they fired Gina this year. And,
so for you, after you said 25 years, or is it 25 years at BAM? How many years have you been doing Essence?
For almost about 25 also. Yeah.
Okay. So this is it for you then?
I'm sorry?
Back. This is it for you. You're not going back.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to say, I'm not just going to rule it out whatsoever, but I don't think so. Not if I can find something else to do. This year, so far right now, I'm really happy because, like I said, I did have two great shows or three or four great shows. So I'm okay, and I can take a moment, and I'm going to get an opportunity to do some of the things that I never ever get to do because I'm always rushed to do them. So I will have more time to spend a little bit more time preparing things that I really want to do. I don't think I have a show now until the end of August, which will be back in Chicago.
Okay.
So
Okay. Are you showing any work tonight?
no, I'm not showing
Okay.
anything. I have oh man, like I said, I had great shows. I I I sold a lot of the better pieces that I have or that I had to show, and most of them are gone. I do have a which I consider a very hot seller that I'm going to have to put on the internet. I think I showed it on the show before, but it's the big wide ear spear that's made out of bamboo. I couldn't keep that one. That one just like flew off my table no matter where I was. So I always had to make more of them so that I could have some at the show.
Okay.
So I'm going to be showing that a little bit more, and I'm going to try and do some other designs with the ear spear. I'm going to concentrate a little bit more on that. That's really my major seller. Even though my jewelry's really started to take on, and people have they have this piece and that piece, and they've been buying this from me. And I love my rings forever, so I'm going to continue to do that also.
Okay. Okay. So it's nice. It's going to be nice for both of us. We both have a little bit of a break coming up. It feels like it's the beginning of summer next week, but it's the end of summer for us. We've been out there and we've done our shows. I think next year I will add on a few more shows in July and possibly August as well. So the summer is a bit more extended. In the meantime, uh, everything is online, the websites, and also what we're doing now, our online shows. That's how we're reaching the audience out there.
Yeah, I expect to do more online shows. I think next year, July and August, I'll be more prepared too. I lost Essence, which is normally what I do in July, and then I lost the show in Detroit, which is also usually in August, in the middle of August, and so those are, I'd been on a what do you call it when you do certain shows over and over again? I can't think of the name of it right now. But you're like on a show schedule. You
Okay.
like you,
Like
you
I guess I don't want to say circuit, that's not the right word, but
yeah, it's sort of like a circuit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's sort of like a circuit, like you've been doing. You do this show this year, and you come back and you do that show again next year, and you do
right,
the same shows over and over again,
right.
because living in New York, when I lived in New York and started my business and doing shows, it wasn't as difficult to move around. I mean, it wasn't so necessary to be able to go different places. But as soon as I moved down south, I it was it just became necessary for me to travel everywhere because that was the only way that I was going to get to show my work.
Hmm.
I applaud you people who live in the city because, believe it or not, I think you get more breaks. I think you get more opportunity for your work to be seen by people who can, who help you in some ways or another. And living here in the South, that's a little bit more difficult, especially living in small town USA. You really have a very difficult time showing your work.
Yeah, I think there are pros and cons to that. Like, when you live in New York, you could be walking down the street wearing one of your pieces and someone will stop you, and then the next day you're in a magazine. It's kind of
Yeah.
that's New York for you. Or you're close to the magazines. If you're in touch with them, they can call you like, do you have anything Do you have a white hat like this? Yep, got it. They need it like by 2 o'clock. So that's that. But then also the cons of being in New York is hard to impress because New York has seen it all. They've seen it all, and if they don't buy a hat from you this week, they'll buy a hat from someone else next week. Then there's so many festivals and so many events. I think living outside of New York, yes, you're far away and you don't get seen, but it pushes you. The pros are that it pushes you to reach out to your audience. So
Yeah.
perhaps you get growth there, and you're hungrier, I think, to make it happen.
Yeah, I'm very hungry.
Okay. Yeah, you're hungry.
Stay hungry.
Yeah. So it pushes
But
you to like keep it moving.
yeah, but that was really nice. I mean, being up on the East Coast this year, uh, I got a chance to go to Pancho's studio. I stopped in and hung out with Pancho for a while before he was doing something. So I hung out with him for a minute in his studio, and that was really great. I hope to have him on the show pretty soon. I know Ella's going to be going away, so I'm going to need a guest. So I've already spoken to him about it. So I'm going to have him on the show one of these days, pretty soon.
Okay.
And also, so that was Baltimore. I got to go to DC. Every time I had a day off, so I've never ever done the monument thing. So I got a chance to do the monument thing and got a chance to go to the Museum of African American History, and I enjoyed that, seeing Dr. King's statue, going to the Lincoln Memorial. So I sort of did some of those things that in life that I never. You remember? I think we used to do. I think we did that show in DC. It was like Taste of DC. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Outdoors in October. Yeah.
Right in front of the White House.
Right there. In front of all the museums, the Smithsonian. It was like right there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did that show.
Yeah, I remember back in those days, when we used to do all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I think it's good. You mentioned hanging out and going to other artist studios. I think that's what I want to do more of in the downtime. Spending more time with other artists and just not necessarily picking their brains, but vibing with other people. I had the opportunity when I was in Detroit to hang out with Tite of Sister Fire, and we went to the Detroit Museum together and spent the day there. I mean, literally the whole day till closing. And they had a wonderful photography exhibition covering the 1970s from Accra to London, beautiful black and whites. And they had a phenomenal African American department as well. So it was a joy, and something that I'd like to do more of, like you mentioned, when you go to different cities, is to just make sure you create that downtime to either break bread with other artists, sit down and eat, which is what you and I did in Los Angeles, or spend time with them. These people are vibrating on the same frequency as us, so we need to get some of that energy and share it with them. So I enjoyed doing that with Tite in Detroit for sure.
Oh, I can imagine. I know what that's like. Like I said, I got a chance to hang out with Pancho for a minute, and the BAM show is also like a very interesting show because Marvin was there, and Robbie was there, and Mel was there, and some of the other people that have been on the show. I didn't see Brenda this year. I really miss her.
Brenda does not do BAM.
No, she doesn't do BAM, but she always comes out to BAM.
Oh, Well,
you
I
know.
think Brenda went out. I did speak to her. She went down to Florida, I believe, or not Florida, Georgia, to spend time with her family. Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
why
well, I
she.
just missed her because I usually see her.
Uh,
It's one of those places where I get to see her again, and it's always like a beautiful thing to be able to, see the people that you haven't seen in a long time, and that's that BAM trip for me every year. It's like it's a year, and some people I see that year, or I miss them because they weren't there, and so I've seen them a couple of years later. So it's always
yeah,
a
yeah. Uh, for those people, who are watching, we have our artist slash vendor family. It's we go to different events. We might be in Los Angeles or Chicago. That's our extended family. And like Lavalais said, when you don't see a certain person, you kind of miss that that miss that experience is what you're looking for. Definitely. uh yeah.
Yeah, I was like I tell you, I had a young person with me, and I was trying to explain to him a lot about how how New York City is like, and all cities are they're large as ever. You can't imagine any place if you've been to New York, you haven't been a place that's larger than New York City. But if you go to New York City and you do certain things, then the people that do the same things that you do. You sort of like, you can form a community. You might live in the Bronx, they might live in Brooklyn, and something happens where you meet, and it's like, so each other from that point on. It's like it becomes family. you know and I kind of like that about the place myself. It
Mm.
was one of my favorite things. Okay.
Well, I know the young person that you brought with them. I'm sure it was an awesome experience for them.
Oh yeah, I kind of did the tour thing with them as much as I possibly could,
Okay.
because I had Canal Street, and I had to go into Times Square, and and then we were in Brooklyn. We had to ride the train, and he'd never rode the train before. Actually, he had never left uh, as far away as he's been from Alexandria to Dallas. So that's Louisiana and Texas is about it.
It's always great when you can provide that for a young person. I used to have mentees maybe 10, 15 years ago that would work for me, and they were 15, 16 years old. They were cousins, and I flew them out to a couple of shows, to Chicago, I think, and another show, and they'd never stayed in a hotel. It was just, they loved it. So, and to be at the show and to walk around and see all of that and soak up the experience, I know it was definitely memorable for them.
Yeah, I like the idea of the artist reunion that's needed. I think there's I mean, like Pancho's book, there's a black art that's necessary for the people of the 90s and the 2000s, the people that have been the pioneers in making all of this happening. We need to be able to, somehow or another, we need to uh, make a record of that. You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
like we won't be around forever, and so we really need to make a record of the fact that we are here and have been here and been doing, what we do. So I hope to, somebody will come along and want to do that project.
Okay. Love the idea. Definitely. Well, I've had a great evening uh, talking it up with you. It's been a while for sure. Lavalais will be back next week. I won't be here, unfortunately. Um, I'm going traveling and back and forth. I have to go to England as well. But I know Lavalais is going to hold it down a little bit, and I will be here and there for sure.
All right, so I'll be holding it down, and I will have something new to show. I will work on something for this next show, so that I'm not standing out here. But don't forget to go to my website. Website's still up. My ear spheres are there. The rings are there. The janame pieces and the adinkra symbols. So all of those things are available on the website. And so hit me up, www.bamboozlejewelry.com. All right.
Yes, and I'm interested in any events that are in your city, wherever you live, whether it's Texas or Connecticut, or I personally am interested in venturing out and trying new places. So if you know of any events, let us know. You can email us at blackartistmarketplace@gmail, or you can put it in the chat. Yeah, I'm very interested in what's out there and who's out there, and I want to come and see you. So please make it known so that I can investigate some of those events.
Before we go, I wanted to ask you: were the Troys? Did the Troys come through?
I did not see them. No.
Oh, okay, because they were at BAM.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, they travel, so not see them.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were in Columbus also, because that's where they live at.
Yeah, everywhere else but Columbus, probably. Okay. So
yeah, International African Arts Festival, July 4th weekend, New York City. All right.
That's definitely a New York show that is well loved and well attended.
Oh, Ether said Hartford Jazz Fest. I bet that's pretty cool.
Hartford Jazz Festival. Okay, I'll investigate it, definitely.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Do you know when that is? All right, we'll wait on Ether to let us know. And for me personally, this is for 2024. I really do have my schedule booked up for this year, but I'm interested in trying out new places for next year. All right. Well, it's been a beautiful evening. Oh, July 16th. Okay, that would have been perfect.
Ooh, that would have been perfect, man. Yeah, then you could have done, and then I could have hung out in New York, because I could have just done, International Festival, African Festival of the Arts in Brooklyn, and then go up to Hartford. That would have been cool.
Right, July 16th. Yeah.
So maybe next year.
Look into it for next year, definitely. And just one thing, you chose not to do African World Festival?
I'm sorry?
So you chose not to do the African World Festival in Detroit?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that, because again, I haven't heard anything very good about it for the vendors who were there. I did speak to a couple of them, and for the price that they had to pay, and for them changing the venue such that the patrons now have to pay or either buy a membership to the museum in order to be able to get in, and that's $35. So it's like $35 for you to enter into the show. So I don't think that's going to happen for me.
All right, just wanted to know.
Yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to take the time to really spend some time doing some of the things that I've really drew up and never ever put together, and would like to be able to work on some of the things that I've worked on in the past, trying to do more of the things that used to really work for me. So I'm interested in how I revisit those things.
Got you. Okay. Me too. Me too. As I want to redo my website a little bit, and just really, like I said, I will be doing some traveling, but I want to delve into the creativity a bit.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard, but we're going to stay with you, Bamily.
All right, we sure will. All right, so have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. like I said earlier, enjoy and happy Juneteenth to you for Monday. That's coming up, a very important day. And also summer solstice on Wednesday. So officially the start of summer. Here it comes.
Yeah, play some sun, Rob.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Good idea. All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time.
All right. Good evening. Good night.
Good night.